waiting for? Lights, camera, Retro Man.
G'day viewers, Retro Man here and welcome to the 80s Show. Now today I have another music spotlight and I'll start by saying that in the 80s, guys, there was a lot of bands out there with a very original and inventive sound, and Hall & Oates was one of them. And guys, I never get sick of listening to their music. They've just got so many great songs. But Hall & Oates were a great pop rock band, and they definitely had their slew of hits in the 80s. In fact, I Can't Go For That is actually off their 10th studio album. It was called Private Eyes, and this was their second single from that album. In fact, it was their fourth #1 hit in the US. And man, this is a song that really, I mean, people can't stop sampling it. I mean, over the years, it's probably really the most sampled Hall & Oates song of all time. I mean, Puff Daddy has had a go at it. Simply Red has sampled it. Even De La Soul in the late 80s, they sampled this song. And cover bands, I mean, they just can't get enough of I Can't Go For That, No Can Do. They just keep doing it. I mean, there's an Australian cover band out there, it's Adelaide based, called HSCC, better known as the Hindley Street Country Club. And they've covered it twice already in the last couple of years. I mean, one of their former members, Darren Mullen, did a wonderful arrangement back in, I think it was 2020. And wow, was that interesting. I mean, it was different from the original. It was a little bit of a twist there that Darren threw in, but that arrangement was marvellous. It was a real earworm, his version.
That you want me to, yeah, I can go for that, no can do.
And then the HSCC recently did it again with Danny LaPresto, Danny's vocal stylings, and he did a great cover song of this Hall & Oates one as well, because what he managed to achieve is he actually really sounds like Hall & Oates. I mean, if you sort of step back and think, what am I listening to? Well, I tell you what, it sounds very Hall & Oatesy. You could actually forget yourself when you're listening to it and went, whoa, man, am I listening to the real thing? That's what Danny's version's like.
That you want me to, yeah, but I can't go for that, no can do.
So, you know, cover bands have had a crack at it, and even Daryl Hall and John Oates have also dabbled with other artists over the years and done various versions of the song. And why not? I mean, this is one of the best songs of the 80s. It is just so infectious. I mean, that chorus gets in your head. I love it, and I'm sure plenty of you out there do. Very interesting, isn't it? Anyway, guys, that's another episode of Best Songs of the 80s. And I'll be back with lots more very soon. So that's it, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. This is Retro Man, living the dream. 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and just as hip as Hall & Oates. Please subscribe and good night, viewers.